What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, well, I have a little bit of information to share with you in case you have not been keeping up with MavChat, which I admittedly have trouble keeping up with MavChat. Even though things have gotten slower, I just don't go in there all the time. But I did see a little alpha leak from Aggie. He's been getting much more. He's been getting much more active in MavChat, which means there's some hype and some FOMO stuff coming soon. And it seems like this is one of them. So he's talking here about two cool promo things he's working on. The promo card that I hope we can launch in Q1. That's a really neat character. Again, I think they kind of mentioned that very briefly, that they were trying to work with someone for this promo card by the end of Q1, I believe. Then he also said, and this is probably the bigger thing, that there is a promo pack that I'm thinking we can do with a movie studio with very recognizable characters. So promo pack would look sort of like an orb pack. If you guys remember those orb packs, I wasn't around, but it will be a small print run. So Rift Watchers or smaller unique cards. And I think that would be early in Q2. So about 3-ish months from now. So he's saying neither promo is contractual yet, but I thought I'd give you a heads up that these are the things that I'm thinking. Rebellion isn't until Q3. So the main thing is this little mini edition, I guess is what we'll call it. This little potential IP crossover with a movie studio that has very recognizable characters. So let me break this down because it received somewhat of a lukewarm response. I know you're going to see this hype overload down here, but it received both excitement as well as a little hesitation. So going into the bad first, right? Or at least into the negative kind of sentiment, which I understand is, the team said that they wanted to deliver on all the things that they promised, and there's a roadmap that is already very full. So the idea of adding on yet another set, and I would assume that if this is a collaboration with someone else, it's not like this is going to burn anything. This would be, this would be for profit, which would probably be split between the company and whoever they're partnering up with, which again, I say for profit, but this is a company that's trying to run a business. And if they can make cool stuff, we will all pay for it, right? So that, like, I don't want there to be a negative connotation to like a for-profit thing. It would be considered company revenue, and that's a good thing if the company can make something that people want and are willing to pay for. The question then becomes, well, is this distracting from the overall roadmap? 2, is this something that we really need right now if the community is somewhat tapped out? I mean, Rift Watchers, nobody's buying Rift Watchers, but I would argue that people are just waiting to see what happens with the whole DEC for Rift Watchers if that pops its head up again, and probably just holding out until then because we can all kind of, we can all just play right now. I mean, I'm playing without Rift Watcher cards for the most part, or you can just go buy them off the secondary market. But, with Rebellion coming way further down the year, with Chaos Legion ending at the end of March no matter what, this would be something interesting. So on the flip side of this, right? This is where I stand. I'm excited. Maybe I'm in full hype mode right now. It's not that I want to go in and ape into packs. I really don't feel like buying any more new cards, right? And again, I'm happy with where my deck is at, but it's the idea that as a player, this will come in and shake up the meta. And as an investor, right, somebody who's invested into the assets of the game, I am excited about a potential crossover or collaboration with a large movie studio, or I don't know if it's a large movie studio, but a movie studio with very recognizable characters that could make, some kind of crossover, cross-pollination, and introduce the game, the ecosystem, to a whole new subset of people. So again, the fact that this is relatively close, I mean, I don't understand how this could get done like that quickly, but it is exciting. And if they are going to do it, I would think that you'd want a smaller print run than Rift Watchers, because as it is, we're just having trouble getting Rift Watchers. But I am personally excited about this. I think that it could be great. And to be honest, 100% transparent, I love when Aggie goes into like full sales mode. Not necessarily on us, but he's working, man. He is working, trying to get the game out there to other people, trying to find all these different partnerships. And sure, I'm sure a lot of people will say, well, we need to stop expanding in that way and start delivering. And I fully agree. But that's where I think that we are at right now. There's a good roadmap. And at the same time, again, this is the argument that they probably gave last year. You don't want to turn down any opportunities. So if this is something that, and maybe we should press him a little bit more on a future town hall, but if this is something that isn't going to take too much dev time, that if the IP is already there, so creative maybe doesn't have to do as much legwork, development doesn't have to do as much legwork, but it could be something fun that, again, offers an opportunity for us to get cool new cards in the game, as well as potentially reach out to a whole audience that is into the IP, right, of these very recognizable characters. I think that could be a good thing. I mean, we're all looking for we're all looking for partnerships. We're all looking for collaboration. We want to get this game out to the masses or to as many people as possible. Because one, it's cool, but two, like the idea is just as the game grows, the assets and everything within it grow. And a lot of us are invested into the game. Whether or not you are a financial investor, you want this game to be one of the biggest games. If you're just a player, you want more people in the game, right? You want more features. You want more, we all want the battle pass. We all want all these different things. Well, that comes from the game growing. That comes from more funds coming in to hire more people to bring those features to us. So again, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, this vicious or I guess eternally uplifting cycle, however you want to look at it, right? So at the end of the day, I think this is exciting. I think we need a little bit more information. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what we decide. I mean, we have control over the SPS DAO, but if Aggie's going out there making moves, I'm all for it. I'm excited to hear more about it. And with a lot of the things that seemed to fall through last year, I would love to see some wins this year. I would love it felt like we were getting rejected in a way, right? And I know maybe the narrative was we flipped it around, we rejected someone else, but it just felt like there were these opportunities and then someone's just like, nah. And then when we did get an opportunity like Waka, it was like, meh. So, I would hope that any future potential collaborations that we have can actually be true partnerships. And, again, the first step of that will be actually finding people who are interested in doing something with the game. And then, of course, making something cool out of that. So this to me is exciting. I am for it. Again, I do not plan on aping into any of the packs myself, just because I am personally tapped out. So I'm trying to pace myself. And I've definitely come to terms with what Aggie was saying a while ago, where, you steady your loins, you will not have everything, or you won't be able to get everything. So this isn't something that I necessarily want for myself, but I think it'd be great for the game and for the ecosystem. So that's where I stand. But I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on this? Are you excited? Does this get you excited? Does this get you a little nervous? Let me know how you're feeling in the comments below. We'll continue the conversation there. But otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.